Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today we're again going to talk about our favorite topic, money. No, actually we're going to talk about your health, but health costs money, so we're going to talk about the money you're going to need each month and year for your health in Switzerland. Again, I'm assuming you live in Zurich in Switzerland, because the math is going to be a bit different if you live in a different city, but I think many of you will actually be moving to Zurich or a city that's sufficiently similar to Zurich, so this is why we're taking it as an example. And today's budget is again going to consist of a few parts, and this time it's going to be 3 different parts. The first part will be out-of-pocket medical expenses. The second part will be out-of-pocket pharmaceutical, dietary, etc. expenses, stuff for massages and so on. And the third part will be for sports, going to the gym and so on. And before we start, it really pays off to join the Move to Switzerland program completely for free. Just click down on the link in the description and join our free newsletter. Multiple times each month, I'm going to share the best insights and recommendations that will help you move to Switzerland much faster than anyone else can. See you there. Let's start with the first part, the out-of-pocket expenses you're going to have for doctoral visits and so on. They kind of want to keep the system light and efficient, so if you just do a small routine check and so on, you just pay it on your own. You don't even have to hand in the bill. It's basically your own business. And also it encourages you to think for a moment, should I really go to the doctor this time? Is it really serious enough? While still not making it such a difficult decision that you wouldn't go to a doctor when you really need it. And of course, so that you do not have to think about these things every time, you should factor that into your budget and basically treat those average annual out-of-pocket medical bills as if they were a monthly expense, and just put that money aside, so you can basically say, well, it's there in my savings account, I'm just taking it out of there, already accounted for it, no big deal. You can easily, even if you do just like 1 or 2 routine checks, or if you want something looked into that is not serious, you just want to make sure, you can easily rack up a couple of hundred Swiss francs per year of medical expenses when going to the doctor like twice or maybe 3 times for a blood test or something like this. I'm going to budget about 70 Swiss francs per month here. That turns out to be around 840 per year. I think this should be on average good enough. You're certainly not going to need this in every year, so maybe in your first year you might not go to the doctor at all, so you're saving those 800 for the future or maybe even forever. But if you go to the doctor every year just for like a routine checkup or something, it makes sense to budget round about 70-ish Swiss francs, or anything in the ballpark of 800 to 1,000 Swiss francs per year, just to be on the safe side, even if chances are you're actually not going to need that much in your young and healthy years. The second part of our budget is about pharmaceutical expenses, dietary supplements, or maybe the occasional massage that you treat yourself to. And this is highly subjective. If you don't take any medications, any supplements, anything like this, it's going to be closer to 0. If you don't ever go for a massage, etc., it's also going to be closer to 0. However, if you get a massage every week, it's probably going to be much more than what I'm going to budget for here. But in my experience, I had like a couple of hundred Swiss francs per year of expenses for this category. I'm just going to calculate here with about 50 Swiss francs per month. It might be much more for you or much less for you. And then finally, the third part is going to the gym or doing any other sports. And just to keep it easy and to sort of do an average case scenario here, because each one of you is going to be different and do different kinds of sports, I'm just going to budget it as if you were just going to the gym a couple of times per week, or maybe per month if you're lazy. Because that's the easiest thing, and I know that many of us techies like going to the gym, so this is probably the most basic and most normal expense you're going to have. a typical number you're going to pay for a decent, not luxurious, but also not too low frilzy gym is going to be around 100 Swiss francs per month. There are certainly cheaper options, like you can get something for 50, 60-ish even per month, which is typically just a park of machines with not much human interaction or any of it at all. So this is also what I would budget, about 100 Swiss francs per month for sports. Of course, feel free to do your own math here. If you don't go to the gym, but instead you just go running regularly, you might need like a pair of shoes each year and maybe some clothes here and there, which is certainly not going to cost you 100 Swiss francs each month. And then on the other side, if you maybe go horseback riding or anything else that's more expensive, then it might be a lot more than those 100 per month. Summing this all up, we said you're going to have round about 70-ish Swiss francs in like this calculatory average month of out-of-pocket medical expenses for doctors, visits, and so on. Of course, not really every month. Putting the money aside so you have it and don't need to think about it too much whenever you do go to the doctor, then we have about 50 for stuff like the occasional massage, maybe some dietary supplements, vitamin pills, or whatever you need. And then finally, around 100 Swiss francs per month for going to the gym or similar sports. So in total, this would be around 220 Swiss francs per month that you should budget in sort of a average case for your health and sports and generally your well-being. And in any case, whatever your lifestyle is, it makes sense to spend some money on your health. So maybe you should actually spend a bit more money. I think what I'm budgeting here, those 220 per month, is more on the lower end, and you might easily end up spending more than that. I'm really curious what you guys think. So if you think that's way too little, please let us know in the comments. And also, if you think I overdid it, who needs all that stuff and needs to spend like 220 Swiss francs per month on his or her health, please let us know as well. And I'm really curious, if you already live in Zurich or anywhere in Switzerland, please also let us know if I'm basically telling the truth here or if Raphael is just bullshitting here. Please let us know. I'm always happy to hear what you guys have to say about these topics.